What's up, family? So this video is going to be for those of you guys that are looking at trading and looking at the market is a potential career path, or at the very least is a potential way to build wealth over time. In my experience, running the Focus Trades group and just, observations I've made from my own trading, we as humans really like instant gratification. So when it comes to the stock market, what we tend to do, guys, is try to make all the big money quick rather than having a long-term mindset. So what I'm going to show you guys here today is a spreadsheet. And what we have here, guys, is if you were to grow your account 2% every week. Now, that doesn't sound too big, and especially for, call it, newer options traders, they're looking to double their account every week. But if you could simply grow your account by 2% every week, here's what would happen, guys. If you were to start with $1,000 and every week you're able to compound your account by at least 2%, at the end of 5 years, your $1,000 would be worth over $140,000. So that's an insane return over the 5-year period, yet it really isn't all that exciting on a week-to-week basis. Now think of this, guys, right? And just kind of think about your own experience trading. If you start out with a $1,000 account, are you going to be satisfied making $20 a week, right? And then $20 in the second week? Are you going to be comfortable for the first year making less than $100 a week, right? Year one, the biggest weekly profit is going to be about $50. In year two, your biggest weekly profit is going to be about $100. In year three, about $300 a week. In year four, things start to compound, and then by year five, you're looking at a couple $1,000s a week. So nothing exciting early on. And as a general statement, guys, most of you might be, call it, disappointed with this. My experience with the Focus Trades group is that those newer traders starting with $1,000, they're looking to make a lot more than $20 a week. The thing is, guys, when I look, the traders I look up to, and I look at the guys in the game that make the big money, they're not doing the same things that smaller traders are trying to do. Smaller traders are going to go about trying to make the big money by taking big position sizes, buying aggressive calls and puts. The guys and girls making the big money in the market, they're doing the complete opposite. They're looking for high probability setups, but they're using proper risk management, and they're taking appropriate position sizes. As a general statement, guys, they make it much easier on themselves than the newer trader does. And what you come to find is that over time, as your capital grows, you realize it's much easier to make big money with more money. So if you guys could just commit to this, right? What's most important is that you're developing a skill set. Don't worry about what your account balance is. Don't worry about the weekly profits as far as the dollar terms. Focus on the skill set. Because if you, over the course of the years, can put together a strategy, a couple of setups, right? If you can prove that your approach can bring you at least 2% a week return on average, that skill set can make you incredibly wealthy in the future. Now, if you could just start, guys, with a small $1,000 account, and again, compound it by at least 2% per week, nothing exciting, very, very boring, but you're developing a skill set here. Now, while it's boring in the short term, you look at the 5-year window here, we go from 1,000 to 2,000 to 7,000 to 20 to 52, and ultimately, guys, you end up with $140,000. The skill set you're developing is what's going to allow you to continue to progress and continue to scale your account. So imagine instead, you're able to do this over the course of 5 years, and now your new starting balance is $100,000. And this is, guys, where the money gets a little bit silly. So if over the course of the years you can develop a skill set, you got a couple of strategies, a couple of setups that can really thrive in any market environment and with minimal risk and bring you about 2% on average per week, once you get to an account balance of $100,000 and you got that skill set, things get a little bit silly, guys. If you could do that again, starting with $100,000, 2% on average per week, at the end of 5 years, your $100,000 would be $14 million. Now, of course, guys, at some point, you probably begin to take capital out, put it into other things aside from the market, but nonetheless, I wanted to put together the spreadsheet just to show you guys the power of financial compounding, but more importantly, the power of developing a skill set that can bring you consistent, modest weekly returns. Though that's not exciting to do when you're starting with $1,000, it's the skill set and it's the compounding. Those two things can come together where you have a skill set that can consistently compound your account at a nice, steady, modest basis. Over time, guys, the numbers get very substantial. So, kind of ask yourself, regardless of what your account balance is, are you making it harder on yourself than you have to? Are you trying to grow your account by 15, 20, 50% every week? Obviously, to accomplish that, or to try to accomplish that, we're taking big position sizes, taking risky trades, doing the complete opposite of what, call it, a big trader does. Consistent gains add up, guys, and if you can just simply commit to this, the compounding process begins to take over in a very short period of time. So, something for you guys to think about. Now, my goal here over the next, call it 5 years, is to begin to work with, say, the $100,000. And if I can just consistently grow the account by 2% per week, at the end of 5 years, guys, you're going to be in really good shape. So whether you're a new trader and you have a $500 account, a $1,000 account, whether you've been trading for a couple of years and maybe you got 5, 10, 15,000 of capital, this is something for you guys to consider. We make this game so much harder than it has to be, and we make our pursuit of making big money over time so much harder than it has to be because of that need for the instant gratification. Everybody wants to make 6 figures a year right away. Everybody wants to be able to afford the dream house, the dream car. Commit to the process, guys. Trading is a skill set. It's no different than learning how to play, say, the piano, learning how to play the guitar, learning how to swing a golf club. It takes time. And what you really need to dial into is the skill set, not the dollars, the skill set. Can you consistently, whether you have a $500, $1,000, a $20,000 account, can you consistently, without taking ridiculous risk, get those steady weekly gains? And as you guys can see, a modest 2% per week gets very, very crazy as the time goes by and the years go by. So something for you guys to consider. But in my own experience, I would be, call it, a much more wealthy individual if I had committed to this kind of thought process coming back 5, 6 to 10 years ago. Like most people and like most kids, 18, 19, 21 years old, you want the big money right away for all the wrong reasons. So something for you guys to consider. I appreciate you watching as always. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. You can check us out at focustrades.com. And for you guys and girls in the group, I will see y'all Monday morning. Have a good weekend, guys. Let's get better next week.